You're watching videos, you're reading books, you're listening to audiobooks, you're looking at blog posts. The question is, are you using what you know? You know, for a long time, I would study business, I would study marketing, I would study approaches. And I realized at one point that I wasn't really applying what I learned. In fact, I was looking at what I was learning as fascinating and as compelling and almost like entertainment, but I wasn't applying it. It wasn't until many years that I was doing that I realized you've got a wealth of knowledge. You don't have to stay in preparation mode. You can jump in and you can do something. And that was when I really made it a point one year to say, I am going to do these things that I've learned about in business, and I'm going to put these things to work for me. And that has become my approach now. It's become my mantra, which is to study and to apply. And now I use this in many different ways. I will go out, if I'm going to a meeting or something, and I'll have a meeting with someone, and then after that meeting, and I'm in a city or in a situation, I'm going to go investigate. Let me see how this company does something. Let me see how this restaurant serves me. Let me see how this retailer does something. Let me, maybe sometimes it's direct research. I'm going to go and research this particular idea. But I use every opportunity I can to absorb information. A lot of the tips I give to you are tips that I've developed because I've studied a subject over and over and over again, and I've been able to identify the key elements that are just so valuable to someone who's trying to figure something out. Now, in my case, I offer some of it here on video. I offer some of it in my consulting practice, in my coaching activities, in seminars, in workshops, in online programs. I offer it at different levels. But I want you to make sure that you're not just doing this for entertainment, but you're doing it and you're applying what you learn. Now, the best way to do this is when you learn something, try it out right away. If I share something with you and you realize that, wow, this is a great idea, try it out. See how it works for you right now. When you do that, you're testing something, you're putting it to work. And the most important thing is you're not looking at it as entertainment. You're not procrastinating. You're trying to see if it will work for you. Now, in most cases, it won't work right away because there'll be something missing. There'll be an approach missing. There'll be a mindset fix. There'll be any number of things that you need to adjust. But go to work on it. Don't be afraid to tackle something right away, because that's how you learn, that's how you grow, and that's how you have the impact on your business that you need. A lot of folks are sitting with lots of information. Now, I'm hoping that you're writing some of these things down, because I have to show you one day, but I've got an extensive amount of information written down, categorized. When I'm studying a particular teacher of some kind, I've got notes from that particular person that I've studied. When I'm studying a particular subject matter, I've got, whether it's whatever it is, I've got lots of details on that. And you have to make study a strategy, and you have to make application a strategy. Who uses that term? Swipe and deploy, copywriters use, where they look at what someone else is doing. They say, wow, that's an interesting headline. That's an interesting approach. That's an interesting way of getting into the body of copy. They hold on to it and then they model it in another piece. And those things that they learn, they carry with them forever. They have these examples of approaches, and they know how to solve a marketing problem because they've done it so many times. They've studied it, they've used it, they've seen how it works, and they now can deploy it for their clients. You have to have the same strategy. Study, 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 but then apply what you've learned. Apply what you've learned. So I want you to go back to videos that you've liked, ideas that you've liked, strategies that you've liked, notes that you've liked, and say, how do I apply this today? And if I can't apply today, or for some reason I have to do some other things before I apply it, plan on applying it. Go back to those notes. Go back to those strategies. Look for things that you have to implement. Don't just treat it as entertainment. The idea here is to learn how to understand an issue and then immediately put it to work, immediately apply it. It's what I do. It's what has worked for me. It's what has gotten great results for me. And when you do that, you'll really begin to understand a strategy. You'll understand something really well. So don't just watch for entertainment. Don't just enjoy something. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you're there. But make sure that you apply these ideas. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs to act, to take some action on what they're doing. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.